are looking to purchase a house right now in this market, at least here in Arizona and several other places in the country, July 2021, if you've been searching for the home for the past few months, you know it's crazy and it's difficult to find a house. And when you do find a house, how do you win that house? Especially if you're financing or you have to sell another home. So today I want to talk about a few little tips and tricks you can use to really help you get into that house that you're looking for so that you don't have to do crazy things like sell your soul and things like that to get into the house you want. So number one is you do have to have the right team behind you. The real estate agent, their knowledge, their experience, that stuff matters. So make sure the real estate agent you are using is very knowledgeable with this market, knows how to negotiate, knows everything they need to know about that market. And that's really going to set you apart from just, I know there's people that everyone's got to be new at some point, but we really do need an experienced, knowledgeable realtor in this market right now. Along with that is the lender, of course, someone like me. So lenders, same thing. You have to have someone on your side that knows the financing in and out, that understands the difference of going above asking price. Does it make sense? Should you offer more than what the sellers are asking for? And why should you do that? So I have lots of tools that help, analyze the market and other things like that to see if, does it make sense to offer more than what they're asking for. In some cases it might, because of how quickly homes are appreciating. So if you have to go 10, 20, 30, $40,000 over asking, how quickly are you going to earn that equity back if the house doesn't appraise at that purchase price? So these are all things you want to look at. Again, with that lender, when they're having those conversations with you, they also need to be talking with the real estate agent and the listing agent for the property that you are making the offer on. I have seen it several times where, my clients make an offer, the realtor obviously lets me know that the offer is being made. That's when I call the listing agent, introduce myself, let them know the financing is good, that I've done my due diligence as a lender. I've checked on your pay stubs, your income, your assets. If you are going over asking price or waiving the appraisal contingency, then what does that mean? And do you have the funds to do that? So those are all things that I'm having a conversation with the listing agent about. So let's back up and talk about that other one real fast, the appraisal contingency, because I think there's some confusion on this. A lot of times we're seeing sellers that are asking buyers to waive the appraisal contingency when making an offer. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean we're just not going to have an appraisal? We're going to pay for whatever it costs? No, that's not the case. Lenders, 90% of the time, we're going to require an appraisal. There are some instances where an appraisal might be waived, but in most cases, when you're purchasing a home, you will need an appraisal. Now, let's say the house is $450,000. You've offered $500,000. Appraisal comes back $475,000. So kind of somewhere in the middle, right? But you've waived the appraisal contingency. Well, what that means is you have to pay $500,000, but the house is worth $475,000. That means in addition to your down payment, you're going to have to come up with that $25,000 to make up the difference. Depending on the size of the down payment though, if you're doing the minimum down, then yes, you'll absolutely have to come up with that extra $25,000. If you're doing 20% down, you can just shorten the amount total so that it's still the same out of pocket for you. Your loan to value changes, but you're still able to purchase that home with the same amount of money out of pocket. Again, loan to value is going to change, might add mortgage insurance, which would increase the monthly payment. But again, these are all scenarios that we can look at before you even make that offer to make sure it's something that makes sense. So again, it's very important to have the right lender on your team that understands all of these items so that when you go in making that offer, you can be confident. Again, nothing's a guarantee, but if we can have that conversation, if I can talk to the listing agent along with your realtor, we can really set their mind at ease that, look, we know this offer, and if it's going to be the best one, we're going to get it to the finish line. So those are just some tricks that we can use to really help set you apart from other buyers. Another thing I can do over here at Loan Depot is we have something called a Tbd PreApproval. What that means is, in addition to me looking at it, I can send the whole thing down to underwriting. It's a 48-hour turn times, sometime sooner than that actually, depending on how busy we are. But what it means is we can have the underwriter give a full-on loan approval for your application. again, that's something I can let the listing agent know, that we're not just guessing, and they don't have to just take my word for it that I pre-qualified you. We're good to go through underwriting up to a certain purchase price. So again, pretty cool things. And the only other thing I can recommend is, if you are getting stuck, listen to your agent. A lot of the times they know what you need to do. If you're trying to get a house under market, or some things just are not possible in today's market. So really listen to them and take their advice. We're here to help you. We want to help you get into that home. Sometimes we just have to get a little bit creative and do a few extra steps to make sure that you get into that home that you want. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know, comment below, and always like and subscribe. Thanks guys, bye.